Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. We're back here at Stop Logic Motorsports and continuing to place protection on this bike as time permits. So this is the NiceCNC bottom fork guard. This is pretty beefy stout aluminum. I think it's 70, 71, 77.5. I forget what they specified. It's some sort of aluminum of some sort.
Of course, rewire it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it all 220?
Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
And boy, howdy, this is pretty sturdy. So the idea is that it just basically bolts onto the fork guard here and still lets you get your adjustments in. I'm guessing the spacers right here take up the spot of the original bolts, and then you run these in replacement of the bolts because of the slightly longer deals. So we're gonna go grab a 10 milli. So really feed these on. I'll get the torque specifications for this, get our spacers. I don't suspect there's a lot to this. There wasn't any instructions, but quite honestly, I don't think this was a installation that really required much along the lines of instructions. Goodness, now that's a good looking piece of kit. And yeah, I can still adjust the, I'll get you a better angle of that. Still adjust the bottom of the fork. So, and conveniently enough, it matches the front disc guard, which is the Optimized Enduro version, not the NiceCNC. I couldn't find the NiceCNC disc guard. Alright, so these bad boys here are 15 Newton meters or 11.1 foot-pounds. Pinch these pinchies back up. So we're using a number 6 on our Allen. I'm surprised that's only, well, I mean, given the size. Alright. Since that was so just mind-numbingly quick, we're gonna up the stakes a bit with steak. There's no instructions whatsoever with this. Now there's a O-ring here for some reason. I have yet to determine that. Alright, so it looks like we go under the pinch bolt and through the bolt right there. That doesn't look that terribly difficult. I think I would rather get you on a stand though before I start playing around. There really no instructions? Just kinda wing it. So, I'm gonna loosen these pinch bolts. Oh, goodness, that's tight. Alright. Loosen you. I don't know why you're still leaking. No, that's just leftover schmutz. I still don't understand why they have the I bet there's not like a O-ring between this. Doesn't look like it. I want to use some thread locker on this. Yeah. Don't want to use dead locker on that bad boy though. Wondering why I don't have the FOOMF installed. At least I kind of get that in place. I'm going to do a little research on this, so be right back. Tell you what though, this is a pretty stout looking disc guard. The only thing I'm a little worried about is, unlike the Enduro Engineering one, it's not one piece on here. So this is held on with a series of bolts. But it does look like it's made of stern stuff, so we'll give it a shot. Be right back. Alrighty, so there wasn't really any instructions with where you put the O-ring. It showed it on the pictures of being in between the brake bracket and there. So I'm gonna double check my torque values, my torquey. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so we're looking at 18 foot-pounds of torque for this brake bolt, and I've been putting some dead locker on there, so let's get this thing to 18 foot-pounds. Really, 18 foot-pounds? 18.4 foot-pounds, or 25 Newton meters. I can't get 18.4, but I can get 18.5. I think 0.1 of a deal ain't gonna be too bad. Kind of start cinching this bad boy down. I kind of wonder why they put the O-ring there. I guess it's to give it a little bit of give when you give it old smackaroony. I mean, I think that O-ring's not going to really survive this deal at 18 foot-pounds of torque. Well, it's in there. Alright, so what was our front axle torque value? Torquey value. 25.8. Alright, 5.8. So, this old Craftsman thing, funny enough, I still have a warranty on it. I had it calibrated, and it's still within 3% of accuracy. They're not perfect, but... Alright, then these front bolts, if I remember right, those were 11 foot-pounds and change, inch-pounds. Now this was actually a present from my mom, funny enough. Tell you what, between my wife and my mother, they sure know how to shop for me. Get you a torque wrench. Yeah, I ain't complaining. This thing was invaluable for my restoration video on the WR400. Digging into an engine without an inch-pound torque wrench is not something I like to do. I do kind of like this Optimized Enduro deal for the fact that it doesn't interfere with you doing your pinch bolts. Still lets you wiggle this bad boy in here. Alrighty. So I was talking about, it's not one piece of aluminum. It is bolted together, so I am curious to see how this is going to work. But I mean, most of the other ones, other than the Enduro Engineering one, are actually bolted together. But it does look pretty sturdy, so I'm not super worried about it. So we got a guarded front disc and got a guarded fork, still accessible underneath. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Goodness, this really coming together. Got our throttle body guard, got our brake and fork guard. Might put on a beefier chain guide. I got this about where I want it for the racing season. Well, anywho, if you find the content helpful, like and subscribe. If you don't, feel free to criticize me harshly. I'm definitely putting this to work, so we'll see if this $60 guard does a good job. Meantime, have a good one.